May 2nd. Later start than usual for me, but it's been a pretty busy habitat season. But I like to kind of let the foliage kind of get filled out anyway. That's my excuse anyway. But here I am in an enclosed blind, but got a pretty good setup here. I was trying to get to a cedar setup where we did kind of a later CRP native burn. Should be nice and green. There's actually birds right above it, and it was just breaking day enough that I didn't want to risk it. So yeah, running late, I guess. Never a dull moment. We're always scrambling, it seems like. Anyway, I like this setup. I got the GoPro down kind of on one of my pear trees. Younger tree planting, which kind of makes it nice for attaching that GoPro, but hopefully we'll get an angle here. But I got a bird that he's a big mature one. I can just tell where he's set up. It would have been a problem if I'd have gone back to that cove, but he really has only gobbled once or twice on a limb, and then I can hear him spitting and drumming. I don't think he's out of the tree yet, but got some others kind of further off. But just a beautiful morning. I'm gonna sit here and kind of enjoy the sunrise and kind of looking over some timber stand improvement stuff and kind of get a bunch of habitat ideas, and it's just nice to get out and enjoy creation here, man. It's just a beautiful, calm morning finally, so still cool though. Makes me feel better about not having my garden in yet, but here we go. It's absolutely beautiful, calm morning. I got a couple fired up to the north of me, but I'm trying to kind of just play it slow. There are quite a few crows going, but I've called a few times, just kind of lightly, and they've cut me off, so I'm going to try to kind of play the silent game here. I might give a few little purrs on the slate here every 10 minutes or so, but it's just so calm. I think I can play it pretty safe here, and if I can get him back in his pocket, I like my chances, but they're not too terribly far. It's just green enough now that it sounds a little further than I think it really is. There's a field right over there I think they're in, so just soaking in the morning, drinking some coffee, and enjoying it. He's coming. He's right here in the timber. Alright, it went dead silent. Those deer actually ran that hen off, and that tom was right behind her. I kind of quit calling for like about 30 minutes. Kind of let the sun get up over this little piece right here. Anyway, I'm pretty confident I've got a bird drumming right outside the blind right now. I just did a little bit of a purr, and I'm pretty sure I heard him spitting and drumming right here close. Man, every time I get these birds close, the deer go crazy. There's a bunch of them coming out right now. He's right here in this timber burn right beside me. doesn't want to leave. That kind of makes me want to sit it out, but I got a ton of stuff I need to get done today, and man, I hate leaving him because that hen is trying to walk off, and he just is trying to split the difference. Had him fired up, but I don't know. He acts like he wants to come back now. I better wait another 5 minutes, but I really gotta get going. This is always tough when you get that magic hour. I love the 10 o'clock hour, but it's tough because you gotta get going. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Here's another one. Another one just joined him right here. These dudes will not leave. This is crazy. They're fired up. 1 second, they're all over this. This is gonna be a tough one to really kind of tell. I wouldn't normally do that, but I was actually going, working on some trees. These dang deer, or probably turkeys, honestly, picking some of my freshly planted spring trees. And so I was fixing those on the way out. I needed to go because I got a bunch of stuff to do today. Get the garden in, spread some rock. But I was walking out and I heard gobbles, but I already had this group come up right behind me in the blind this morning. They were gobbling all the way until they got underneath me. And there was that different Tom. He was out there basically in the timber cut, just drumming. He wasn't gobbling. These guys are fired up, though. Dude, this is crazy. Anyway, I go to leave after that other one kind of followed that hen out. And there's another hen out here in this open, actually where I'm at right now, which makes a lot of sense because I videoed with my cell phone They were kind of down across this little creek around the edge, but they were kept gobbling. I thought they saw me, but apparently not. So they could hear me walking. I'm sure I sounded like a hen. And I get across here where that hen was, and they're just gobbling. I see their red heads, and they're coming around through this pinch. And I'm like, well, might as well try to set up. Slapped the GoPro on the tree here for a minute. Then I ended up, got my cell phone going. I had a couple of different cameras, except for the big camera that I got going now. And put the GoPro on the camera. So it's not going to be great, but I thought, man, that's kind of a cool hunt. You know, with the bow from the ground like that, getting drawn. I actually laid sideways, got drawn, and kind of waited. Oh man, I'm sorry, I'm shaking now. Anyway, yeah, it was awesome. I picked out the biggest one, or what I thought was the biggest. Man, they're still coming back wanting to fight this bird. Check this out. This is like the third time. I mean, those there look like a couple 2-year-olds probably, but I bet they've been getting their butt kicked. They're trying to take advantage of that. That's turkey hunting for you right there. You can be getting whooped up. I've only been out just to kind of help call this year. This is the first time out with a bow. That's pretty rare for me. But I love May. You start getting some colors. Beautiful. Well, let's go check him out. I'm going to have to run these birds off. That's pretty cool. We kind of waited, did a little bit of a later burn this year. And here's about where that shot was. You can see he didn't go far, maybe 15 yards right after the shot. But yeah, they're loving this green. I'm gonna kind of let them birds work off, kind of look for my arrow here a minute, but it might have shot on past. We'll see. Well, there it is. Mega meat deployed. That's awesome. He's a big bird. I'm gonna get him over here in the shade, maybe get a picture or two with this green backdrop. Be pretty neat. So, man, it's just beautiful in here in some of the timber stand. Got a lot of oaks coming in here. It's just a beautiful, beautiful day. Look at that big beard. Wow. It's a big joker. Well, what a hunt. This guy. Wow. He's got all kinds of broken feathers. That's all right though. That's kind of the story of that hunt right there. What a neat one. You know, that 10 o'clock hour can be pretty magical. And, you know, I had that bird out in front of me kind of giving me fits. And it's like, man, you just want him to break off them hens. Well, these guys were kind of fighting over this hen. And I just happened to get caught in the middle of it. That was fun. You know, I didn't really want to go in the blind this morning anyway. I love to sit. It's nice to sit back and drink coffee and think about all the memories, you know. But with the bow on the ground is kind of how I prefer it. And so I couldn't pass that up. You don't get that opportunity very much. But just as fired up as they were, they're still gobbling on their way back. I already spooked them off of here. And so they're after that hen. She must be the one to go after. But anyway, yeah, they're not wanting to leave him. And this guy's a fighter, it looks like. I saw actually a group of, it was probably the same group that came down behind me. And when I looked through one of the blind windows, I can see the trail kind of going back out, and there was one missing a tail fin, and it just happened to be this one, which I thought was the biggest bird looking at him when they were walking out here, but it didn't matter to me. This is a great bird to kind of, you know, wrap my tag on. You know, it's one of them things that I honestly, with all the habitat work, I could care less about, you know, filling a tag, and the birds are recovering well. Just doing the timber stand work and stuff like that really makes a difference, and we've noticed over the last couple of years just really kind of bouncing them back. And we don't want to overtake them obviously, but this was just a great spring hunt. This will be a good one to put on the smoker or chunk up into nuggets like the kids like them. And what a great spring day. Got to get to work now.